movie industry. This is an Indian cinema problem. Let's just stick to that at the moment. Gautam, Nitya Menon, she's come out, urging that actors must establish boundaries and say no. You earlier said that, the filmmaker now apologizing is, just damage control. It's not accountability at all. Why do commercial films repeatedly reduce female leads to romantic props, whilst the male, they get the actual character arcs, they get the conflict, they get the growth? Of course, we've got some other examples as well. We've got Piku, we've got Dangal comes to my mind. You've got several other female-specific, female-focused movies as well. But female characters in many of those big masala, big budget films are still written off as romantic accessories. I think it's high time we start changing that as well. And you came out with that book on Pink as well.
No, you have a very valid point here. I don't think that it is something which has not been called out earlier. This issue has been there for a very long time.
Yeah,
it's a dichotomy where the big ticket names happen to be male, but a film and the kind of characters that most of these male actors play, they would be incomplete without, the so-called supporting cast, the female lead and everything. So it's a team sport. Filmmaking is a team game.
all right.
I think somewhere this mindset of big ticket filmmakers is not going to change so easily. I mean, there is OTT which has given you an example that how subject-driven material will always find an audience. They will tell you that the public does not want this. They will tell you that jo bikta hai wahi chalega. They will give you all sorts of logic. But I think somewhere when you make reasonable budgets and when you make a reasonable product, if you want to call a film that, then every film stands a chance to being successful. If you are going to pay the leading man 100 crores or 70 crores or 80 crores, then where do you have the money to make the film? Then you will have to resort to some kind of gimmickry. It could be some kind of political statement. It could be some kind of a politically incorrect statement. It could be something, aap trailer bana do, it will evoke such a bad reaction from people that you will get the eyeballs. So somewhere the whole idea is that you are not coming up with subjects which people will enjoy. That is why you're resorting to all sorts of gimmickry. I think somewhere this is going to change, but it will take a longer time. Here, in this particular case, I think this can become a yardstick because the director post the release has kind of apologized. But then my argument here is very simply this, that it was being shot. You see the rushes, you see the edit, you see the first cut, you say okay to the release, you have a premiere, you talk about it. All this while you did not have a problem. When you reportedly raised an issue while the film was being shot. And now the director has to apologize. So I think I'm not giving anybody a clean sheet here, or I'm not singling out somebody. I am saying that even the post-release reaction reeks of a gimmick-oriented marketing trick. So if that is the case, then people were completely right in calling out. People will always call out something that stands out. I mean, the three of us here on the panel, including you, are on the same page, come to think of it. So are the people who are watching this film and reacting to it. So are the actors. My argument or my humble submission is that Ram Charan Teja wields more power than just telling the director that don't do this. And then going ahead with the release of the film and the promotion and everything, and then weeks later or days later after the release of the film, the director decides to make some changes. So if we want to change it, then the change has to come from within the industry, yes, and it is up to the male leads, because unfortunately or fortunately, they are driving this market right now, or at least in the minds of the producers. So I think this can become a bend in the road where you take a conscious call to make sure that these things don't happen again.
Kasturi, do you concur with what Mr. Chintamani here is saying? Because the bigger question will now then become who bears greater responsibility. Is it the director who is shooting the scene? Is it the writer? Is it the actor who's performing it? Or the audience that ends up rewarding it at the box office?
At the end of the day, you got to be honest. People will start mass producing whatever has succeeded in the past. So whatever sells, this is an easy sell. They used to say nothing sells like sex and Shah Rukh Khan. That's what they used to say about Bollywood movie. And I also want to point out here, just like the other speaker had a stereotype about South movies, he said Tamil and Telugu movies are sleazy. For the most of them are like this. South filmmakers have a stereotype about Bollywood actors, female actors. They think Bollywood actors are good, are okay with any amount of exposure, and most Bollywood female actors have a difficulty. They have a liability. What that is they don't understand the language. They don't know what they're saying. They don't watch the movie in dubbing, during dubbing. I don't think Janhvi Kapoor dubbed for herself. So there's no way they know what's being shot on. They have no chance to see what's going on. And they're unaffected by it because it's a Telugu movie. It's never going to hit anything.